Welcome back guys to yet another video. Now, what you're seeing here might give it away what we're doing today. Obviously the fender's missing, the bumper's missing, and the headlights are missing. So what are we installing today? Well, these bad boys right here. Let's go ahead and take one and see how this looks just as a prop up. And bam, there it is right there. That's exactly where we're going to be installing. So obviously we need to drill 2 holes out here, and I'm probably going to drill out a small pilot hole right here just so I can get a wrench in there so I can get those 2 bolts tightened. And that's pretty much it. But before I do anything to this side right here, what I want to do is actually paint this whole area black. So for where from can't speak, from where the door meets the fender to all the way, probably all the way till that area right there. As you can see, from here till there. I'm not gonna paint the crash beam since I will be replacing that, and probably as well gonna cover this piece right here just to make it a much more nicer looking. So when I install this, once I install this piece, it's gonna look really nice and fabulous. Now here is the mock-up fit. Although it fits really nicely, the only thing that's the problematic is I'm going to have to drill out these 2 holes, which isn't a problem. And also, as you can see, this hole doesn't line up slightly, so I'm going to have to drill it out slightly so I can insert a bolt. Then we should be pretty much good. But let's go ahead and take my Dremel right here, turn it on, and make these holes. After making 2 holes, which are right here, and a little, entry hole, I guess you would call, I can put my bolt right through here, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. Now, this is line up, and now we're pretty much done. Now, oh no, I dropped my bolt. Oh, that's good, there's a little hole back here. Anyway, so now I'm going to take this off, paint all of this black, just so this can stand out and all of this isn't in the way, like, so your eyes will catch onto this piece and not onto this piece, if that makes sense. But overall, let's scuff this all up and paint it a nice black color. Now I just smoothed out all the surfaces back here. Now the main reason this portion down here doesn't line up as well, as if you can read it here, Altis, that's not a Prius, which is obviously because no one makes parts for this, but as you can see, it is a really nice fit. Now just one modification back here, that's not a problem. That's really not bad. I'm just really happy that I actually got this and I don't have to actually make this my own. And there we go. Here is pretty much the first coat of black paint. But you can already see how good that looks. Like, it just masks pretty much any imperfection, anything. And it's like, sure, it's like you're not gonna see it, but I know I did it, and I know it just looks pretty good. The only place I haven't really gotten to is this coilover tower right here. Since I really can't get to it, I have to remove the wheel, the coilover, and pretty much then do it, which I'm not really going to do right now. But I did do all of this side, all of that side, and I mean, it just looks really good. This looks really good. The only thing I haven't gotten are these pieces right here, but I will remove them once I remove the tire, which I don't know when's gonna happen, but hopefully soon. But overall, let's wait till this dries, then put a second coat on, and then hopefully we can put on the fender brace. Also, I will modify this a bit, so I will drill this hole out, and before sanding it for powder coating, since obviously white is not gonna match anything on my car, I'm also going to remove all of these scuff marks, as you can see right there. Some right there. Just going to sand them right off before setting them off, so they look that much better. But overall, it just looks so good. And here's the final result. So with a Dremel and a little grinding stone, I've managed to drill this out right here. The same thing on the other one, and they fit perfectly now. The bolt clears, it bolts up nicely, so that's all good. And check that out, guys. Look at how good this looks being powder coated red instead of being white. It's gonna match so well with everything that I have. And I can't also forget about getting new hardware. This is grade 10.9. As you can see right there, so new hardware, new piece. Let's go get it installed. I've already done this side. Now we're gonna do the other side just so I know if everything fit. Well, let's do this. Now, obviously, the only reason I use new hardware is if you look at this bolt, there's a bunch of. Wait, if it can focus. It doesn't want to focus, but as you can see, there's a bunch of white residue versus these ones. They're nice shiny, and they're much stronger than the OEM ones. And bam, here it is. Obviously, I painted all of this black, so this piece pops out more, and it's protected from rust. Obviously, there's still a bit of residue from the wheel, but that was going to clean up. Overall, the installation went pretty smoothly. This is rock solid, so it's not going to go anywhere. Now just time to test it out. And here's how it looks. Cool, so now that I'm in my car, let's go ahead and take it for a quick test drive and see what it did. And I'll report it back after my test drive, since I don't have nowhere to mount my camera. So after my test drive of it, I did notice a difference for sure. The front end became much more stable and stiffer, really, but it's really hard to fully tell since you're not really abusing it, turning it hard, you're just on the street. I'm not going to be able to fully know until I take it out to the track. But really, I'm still really happy that I installed this, because instead of the forces being concentrated in one area, which can damage the actual strut towel, with the fender brace, it is more spread out, so the affected area isn't concentrated, and it's spread out throughout the whole fender apron and through also where the door bolts into, which is really good, because then you're getting more stiffer ride, a more stronger, and you're also getting a more stronger front end. Obviously, don't mind this whole mess. I know it's a mess. But yeah, I'm just really happy how it looks, how it turned out, and also just how it feels. There's still a front end issue that I still have to solve. There's these sway bar links that I have to tighten up. So once I tighten those up, this car is going to be sorted, and I can continue with working on this interior to prepare it more for the manual conversion that I have right here. But overall, I really appreciate you guys for watching, tuning in. I hope you found this helpful, and so you can install this fender brace on your car. Obviously, it worked out pretty nicely on mine, and it will work out nicely on yours. Now, with the fender brace, it is more effective if you have coilovers and you have a really stiff suspension, which is what I have. If you have a really soft suspension, then it's not really going to be beneficial, but it's still worth the buy, really. But overall, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.